Welcome on. I'm Michelle McNabb, Librarian Manager of the Family History and Genealogy Center at the Danish Immigrant Museum in Elkhorn, Iowa. This is part 5 of Paulus F. Falk's account of life at Elkhorn College in the 1910-11 school year. We continue with his observations. The subject of one of the winter lectures given by Reverend G.B. Christensen struck me as unique. He introduced his talk with the following maxim: Jews and potatoes, Danes and gray sparrows are found all over the earth. Then he went on to develop how both of these peoples had made worthy contributions to the world, the Jews in various businesses, and the Danes in agriculture and dairy products, especially butter and cheese making. This lecture was held in the church, undoubtedly due to the fact that it could accommodate more people than the school, and it was filled to capacity. A short time before Christmas, Miss Lund, one of my favorite teachers, was called home due to the serious illness of her father, and she asked to be released from her position at the college. When we got back from our Christmas vacation, we found that a Miss Johnson had been hired as her replacement. I suppose she was a competent teacher, but we did not like her as well as Miss Lund. I suppose it was a case of personal likes and dislikes. Sometime in February, my roommate told me that he and another Tyler had taken a good-sized job in the northern part of Iowa, right next to the Minnesota line. They needed another man to dig top at 12 cents per rod. He said I could have the job if I wanted it. They expected to start sometime after the middle of March, and also the farmer was to furnish board and bed while the job lasted. Naturally, I took the job. One day afterwards, I found a note on the table from Reverend Laurson in our room, asking me to come to his study. He bade me sit down and asked me if I intended to continue with my schooling. I told him that I still intended to become a farmer. Well, he added, if that is what you want to do, then save your money so you can get some equipment, rent 80 acres, and start your farming. And, he added, pick yourself a good, sensible farm girl for a wife. She can be a great help in managing a farm. In this interview, he mentioned nothing about teaching, nor did he attempt in any way to influence me to continue my education. According to our school picture, which was taken near the close of the winter term, we were 73 students, 23 more than in 1909-10, and one more teacher. There was an incident that occurred at the college that winter that could be classified as a true melodrama, for all the ingredients were there. Two rather odd characters were students at the school that year. One was a tall, lanky blonde, whom we called the Swede, even though he was a greenhorn direct from Denmark. The other was rather short and stocky. He was a native-born American whom we dubbed Ole Bull, after a Norwegian violinist, because he sawed constantly on his violin. For some reason or another, quite an animosity had developed between these two. On a couple of occasions, they had to be separated because they tangled in the halls of the dormitory. We tried to persuade them to put on boxing gloves and settle their grievances, but no, they were not going to do that, especially not in public. In regards to the boxing gloves, this was a student venture. I got the idea from former visits to Luther College in Racine, Wisconsin, and talked to some of the other fellows about getting a set of gloves. We decided to try to take up a collection at a dime apiece. We started the subscription list, which I took around. Nearly everyone chipped in a dime, and at last we got enough to send to Sears, Roebuck and Company for a cheap set. Now, back to the antagonists. All of a sudden, their attitude toward each other made a complete about-face, and they seemed to be the best of friends. We became quite mystified by their behavior and tried to pump them in various ways, but nothing doing. They would simply grin and walk away as if they were playing a huge joke on us. Then, finally, we heard the solution to the enigma from an eyewitness to the event that changed the feelings for one another. And on this cliffhanger, we'll stop today and hear more about this mystery of two enemies seemingly becoming the best of friends next time. I'm Michelle McNabb from the Danish Immigrant Museum. Have a godt i dag.